Stardom 101. Stardom 101. Stardom 101.
Stardom 101.
It's the Stardom 101 Magazine Podcast. Shining light on today's tastemakers
and innovators.
Kicking it with your host, Christopher Boykin. It's the Stardom 101 Magazine Podcast.
Oh, yes, it's Stardom 101 Magazine Podcast here back on iHeartRadio. You guys, we are back for another amazing episode of On the Rise. And I had to make a pitch stop to go check on my guy out in PA. He goes by the name Zo-Alonzo, is in the building. What's going on, brother? How you feeling, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm blessed, man. Real blessed.
Absolutely, man. We want to get to know a little bit more about you. One of my most requested episodes of this week, and a lot of fans wanted to know about Seed Royale Publishing and ENT. We'll start off there. For the listeners, can you let us know what your company is about and give us a little backstory on how you came to fruition and bringing the company to life?
Well, yeah, Seed Royale Publishing and Entertainment was I was actually published through she passed away, a publisher friend of mine named Rebecca. She had a publishing company called Subterranean Blue Poetry. To make a long story short, and she passed away. But before she did, she always told me to you should get your own publishing label, you and your wife, because we do poetry. So we started Seed Royale Publishing right before she passed away. It was like a premonition. I don't know if she had a premonition or prophecy, but we started that.
Wow.
And and I was able to get that off the ground in 2022. My wife and I started that, and my wife and I, we both do music and poetry. So it's Seed Royale Publishing is poetry. We publish other poets as well as ourselves, and we also do our music on there as well. So
wow,
we look to publish. Yeah, it's publishing, entertainment, and visual arts, but it's entertainment and publishing company. So that's how Seed Royale came, and the name came about because we want our children to inherit this. So it's the Royale seed.
Yes.
We plant seed so it'll come for generations to come, God willing. And so that's how the name came about. But that's the little origin about Seed Royale Publishing and Entertainment. It's music and poetry. And our logo is actually, that's called Books and Music, We On It. It's called Seed Royale Publishing, Books and Music, We On It, because we do both. So
wow, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
So as far as on that music side, do you do songwriting as well for other artists? I know you said you do have create avenues and platforms for them. Is songwriting one of those things that you offer as well too, or that's just for you personally?
Oh no, we do that for the artists too. We look to, we publish other, but we're looking to do ghostwriting and songwriting of all genres. I studied music for a while, so I would love to do I do spoken word rap myself. My stuff is more like rap, but spoken word, but it's rap, it's like a combination of rap and spoken word and English literature. So I like the comment. That's my style of writing, but I like to branch out in all types. So we would welcome anybody's style of, if it's country, if it's R&B, rock, we love to work with all different type of artists, and also with the books too, any genre of writing as well.
Wow. And so for the books, what's some of the platforms that the books and the writings in? I know some people put it on Amazon, platforms of that nature. Is that how the consumer can download and get the product?
Yeah. We have my books. I have books that are also at actual Barnes & Noble stores. My book is called Poems for You and Yours. That's actually in Barnes & Noble stores all across the country. I released that in 2021, and I'm grateful that it's still out there and it's still selling. And I did books since then, and they're doing really well. But my books can be seen on Amazon, Barnes and Noble, in the stores. They're all over the country, and in different countries as well. So all they gotta do is just put the name in there, Poems for You and Yours, and you'll see. And it's spelled POEMZ. I like using the Z, like Tupac did.
Yes.
All eyes on me.
Yes.
So that's a throwback to my rap thing. So I put the Z's instead of S's. So it's Poems for You and Yours, but the 4 and the U's. Got that from Prince. So I like to combine all that stuff, but that's how you'd find it. And there's no other book that's spelled quite that way, so it's easy to find. So that was important. But yeah, the books are they're everywhere, and I'm grateful for that. They're everywhere.
Absolutely. Any children literature as well too? Is that an avenue that you explore as well?
Yeah, I just actually finished a book. I did a book called The Visions of Bea Being Blue.
Nice.
My son's name is Bea, and that book was released last year in 2023, and I was grateful to win 5 book awards for that one. And that's also, I'm coming out with the audio. I call it the AMS book, my producer and I came up with this term because it's going to be audio, music, and sound. It won't just be like a regular audio book. It'll got sound effects. It'll have music because my stuff is it's like rap oriented. So the children's book is like a rap, but it tells the story of a child named Bea who is visited by monsters, but they're friendly monsters.
Okay.
But within this audio music book, there'll be sounds and beats and all types of things that will bring the listener more in tune with the story. So yeah, I love children's literature as well. So I do that as well.
That's beautiful, man. That's beautiful. And you got some singles. Let's talk about the music now. Switch gears for the music. There's some singles that's out right now. I believe one of them is Dear Hip Hop and Circling. Can you let us know, elaborate a little bit more on the backstories to those singles and how they came to be?
Well, yeah, Circling. I did that because I and that's for people like me. I go through it with I circle a lot. I get like a lot of ideas, and I struggle with ADHD sometimes, and I'll be going through all kind of stuff. So I wrote a song called Circling, where in the song, my character is talking about repeating stuff over and again and going through certain stuff where he's like seeing stuff that's not really there, and he's trying to focus on things. So it's a really fast type of song, and I wanted to bring the listener into how I feel like a lot of times when I'm trying to create, and I have a lot of ideas. So Circling is about a person having panic attacks. So the cadence is very fast, very Eminem type of fast, like rapping in that song. And we're shooting a video for that, like in June or July. So you'll see more of that, the video for that. And Dear Hip Hop is just my ode to hip hop. Well, I'm talking about just giving back and thanking hip hop for what it done for me as far as like getting into poetry, getting into the artists, and it's just an ode to. I'm naming I name over like maybe 200 different artists within the song, but I'm using them like within like telling the story.
Wow!
So you got to really hear it to really understand it. And it's like I said, it's just my love letter to hip hop.
Yeah,
saying like saving my life and saving other people's life, not just mine, but just saving other people's lives. And I was actually grateful to perform that song for the first time last year at the Hip Hop Awards in Pennsylvania, in Allentown. And I opened the show with that song, so we're going to do a video for that one as well. So
nice.
I'm just trying to do both, man. Trying to do the music and the literature and bridge that gap between literature and rap. Because a lot of people don't think that they're connected, and they're very much connected. Like rap is literally rhythm and poetry. And I think people forget that, but I really want to reinforce that, that ideal.
Absolutely. Are these singles now, Zoe, are they like standalone singles? Are they a part of a build up to another project? Some people do EPs down the line. Some people do an album, re-release that single. Is these singles standalone, or are they a part of something to come in the future?
Well, no. Yeah, these singles are from my album coming up called Chronicles of a Black Flower.
Okay.
And that's coming out either early next year or late this year. It's called Chronicles of a Black Flower. Like the black flower represents, represents death.
Okay.
But it also represents rebirth within that death. And the song, it's a concept album. And also the black flower could be like a black, a black dude that's trying to bloom, like similar to Tupac, Rose from the Concrete. So these are my chronicles, the chronicles of a black flower, meaning my rebirth and the things that I went through to try to bloom in the world. So these songs are like my autobiography, like Circling and Dear Hip Hop. I have a lot of songs that are some songs are like about like trauma, the stuff I went through, or they're like allegories, or I'm telling stories in the dance tracks, some of them. But it's just telling the story of the black flower, the chronicles and how it rose from where it came from to where it is now. And it's going to be, like I said, very much a concept album. So these songs will all tie in together, and it'll appear it'll be like a book. It'll be chapters. And it'll sound like a book, but it'll be more like like a hip hop album. But like I said, I'm bridging those two lanes together, rap and hip hop.
Absolutely,
so that's what it's gonna be about. Yeah,
absolutely. Now, for your producers, Zo, do you work with hand-picked producers? Are you specific with the type of sound, intention on the type of some people have a sound. Are you zoned into your sound? Work with particular producers, in state, out of state. Some people all cross seas. How do you select your sound moving forward, and so you really curate what the listener gets to listen when they press play for your music?
Yeah, I like to work with producers. I met a lot of producers actually online.
Oh, okay.
That I work with, and I work with a guy named Meat Beats. He's an awesome producer.
Mm-hmm.
But I love the beats that I love to write to the songs that people couldn't write to. Like I asked my producer, give me the songs that people couldn't write to.
Wow.
I want to try to do those songs. I want those challenging ones where people couldn't find the hook, or I liken that to like double dutch. You know, when people are doing double dutch and they gotta find their way in.
Yeah.
When I hear a song, I gotta hear it and then see how I can make my way in it. But I really love the beats that other rappers or people couldn't really like find a creation to, and I like to let the music speak to me, because the songs do speak to you. The song will speak to you and tell you what their story's about, and then like I follow the pattern of the song. I don't try to deviate from that. If the producer makes a beat, I might make a few suggestions, but for the most part, I'll just travel along the path of that beat and that journey and let it speak to me, and I write based on that. But I like eclectic type of sounds, like I said, stuff that people don't normally wouldn't use, but is marketable. And I try to find, do the hook first, and then I go backwards and do the verses. That's always if I can like mumble out a hook, that'll give me direction for the beat. So that's how I really find my songs. If it touches me, it makes me feel like excited.
Wow.
I know I can maybe make other people feel that way too. So but I'm excited about it. Yeah.
That's a process to that, man. That's art right there in itself.
Yeah. I love those beats, man. Yeah, I love those beats that people can't. Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yes, man. You got any shows coming up, bro? I know you said you had a show last year. We're about to embark on a new season. Obviously, festival season is coming up. You know, everybody's about to come outside. Quarter number 2. For you, is anything on the calendar? 1 show, 2 show, 3, 4 months down the line, or is that even on the agenda at the moment?
Not too much shows right now. I'm still like working on the album and the books, but I do have like I said, I'm doing a bunch of videos for my songs.
Okay.
That I'm doing like during the summer, and then I'm probably definitely, hopefully, I'll be doing the Hip Hop Awards again this year in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, like I did last year, and that was and that's why I'm trying to finish my album so I can maybe perhaps get nominated for like album of the year or single of the year. So then that's in October. So I plan ahead, man. I try to get ready, hit the gym, and get my stamina up and get ready to because for me there's a formula for success and for superstardom. Mm-hmm. If you see any superstar, any megastar, or any legend, they have these 3 things in common that I like to focus on. Is they have a great or interesting look, they have compelling live performance, and they have original and outstanding music and material. So those 3 things. If your look is, and you don't have to have like a great look. You have to just have an interesting look. Have a great live performance, and you have to have like compelling material. And artists that encompass that is like Prince, David Bowie, all those artists like that have that. And I look at that, so I like when I do my stuff, I try to make sure that my appearance is tight. I'm not looking crazy on stage. Yeah, because I'm also a dancer too.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, I performed when I performed at the Emerson Night at the Apollo when I was like 17.
Wow.
And so I've been dancing. Yeah, I mean that's still on there. That's still on Showtime. You can watch that on Showtime at the Apollo. I did that, and I didn't get booed. I didn't win, but I didn't get booed. And I didn't really.
That's all that matters, though.
Yeah, that's all that matters. So that's all that matters. So I always like to bring that element. The live performance. I danced last year at the Hip Hop Awards. I did like Dear Hip Hop, and then I danced to Big Daddy Kane's "Set It Off" song. That song "Set It Off" he did. Yeah. So I did that to show the elements of the rap and the hip hop. So I like to bring those elements to it. So like that's with the live performance. I want to have a great live performance, great material, and have my look right. So those elements for other artists out there, those 3 things right there, you can't miss. If you have a great look, you can't. Great look, great material, and great live performance. So I go by that right there, man.
Absolutely, man. Any other outside ventures? I know some people do the music. You got the poetry as well. You got the dancing background. Have you ever looked into film? Have you ever looked into other ventures to kind of continue to expand your brand, your name?
Yeah, I'm looking into some acting. I like to do some acting stuff.
Nice.
In the fall too. I like to do, and like also I'm looking into like directing as well. Like I love the process of doing music videos. Like actually writing out the treatments, like the storyboards, and I want to start helping people with that, and sit down with my director, and start helping out other people with their films and doing like some directing. So I really want to get behind the camera and get that other insight.
Yeah.
You know, and just to know all about my craft and all the aspects of the art. I really want to do that. So
that's what's up, man.
Yeah, looking forward to helping people out, man.
Absolutely, man. Do you see yourself, do you do any painting, man? Any sculptures? Are you into anything like that? Are you into the painting arena as well? You know, poetry kind of coincides with that background. Just curious. Art in itself, all kinds of artistry. Is that something that you do as well? Explore? Is it just maybe a hobby or something that's personally close to you?
I don't, but my wife is a painter.
Oh, wow.
And we put our books together. And so my wife paints and she does music. So she's always telling me, because one of my favorite rappers is Andre. And she's like, Andre paints. I'm like, oh man. So I'm like, and then, like I look at what my artists that I really admire, what they do, and I know Andre, he paints.
Yeah.
Because like with him, you can never find, like with Andre, I try to study his style. I can't never see where his punchlines are coming from.
Yeah.
You can't really. And she said that's because he paints and he has that abstract mind. So I really need to get into, like, even if it's abstract, like the painting and stuff like that. But yeah, that's a good question, man. But I haven't really done it. But when I hear my wife always says Andre paints, I'm like, oh, let me get down. But I think it'll expand my mind, you know, like like, I like to journal a lot. I wake up and I like to do like my journaling.
Mm-hmm.
There is a book out there called The Artist Way. That this writer wrote. Her name is Julia Cameron. I first heard about this book called The Artist Way from J. Cole on Angie Martinez show. And he saw this, and it's like you get up in the morning, you do like 3 longhand free writing, like journal entries every morning.
Okay.
And you do that, and it opens you up. And I said, as good as J. Cole raps, let me try this. So I started doing that with the morning pages. So that's like my sculpting right there. Like I'll do that. I love to journal and get those things out. It's all about getting those things out the way. And once you do that and those feelings are there, it makes you a lethal writer because your feelings are right there for you. And there's something about your pen touching the piece of paper. It does something to the mind. It just makes you, feel good as a writer. So that's the closest thing I have to like painting and sculpting, that right there. But I like to journal a lot.
Yeah. That's that. Look, it's gotten you this far, and we'll get you even further.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Yeah. Final question for you, Zo. What's the best way for the listeners tapping in to really follow you, support your art, support your poetry, your books, your music? They want to stream, they want to purchase. What's the best way for them to get into your world and be intentional, literally soaking the material and the content and the artistry that you're putting out, brother? Yeah. They
can go into my fan page. It's Zo Music, ZOMUSIK, Zo Music fan page. .com, and that they can go on there and they can see all my book releases. I just released a book last year called Offerings Made by Fire. It's a poetry book. I put that out, so they can see that. My singles that are coming out. I have a lot of singles that are already on the platform, but they can see all upcoming shows and books releases and my audio books coming out. They can see all of that on my Zo Music fan page.
Nice. Well, Zo, man, it's been a complete pleasure talking to you, bro, man. I appreciate your time, man.
Thank you. God bless. Talk to you soon, man.
Absolutely, man. It's Stardom Magazine, iHeartRadio. Y'all already know my guy Zo is in the building. He's blessed us with the art, the literature, the poetry, and the music. Good, talented brother out there in PA. As you guys know, we'll be back next week with another amazing episode just like this one. Until next time, be blessed and continue to love. We're gone. Peace.
Are you on the rise to stardom? Well, get featured in the next issue of Stardom101 Magazine and promote your business or products today. Text MAG to 804-550-8647 or visit stardom101mag.net.
You're listening to the Stardom101 Magazine Podcast with Christopher Boykin. Be sure to subscribe and download this episode, and continue to listen to Stardom on iHeartRadio or wherever you get your podcasts.